What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Femme Slam Podcast.
So we have in-depth analytical conversations about the world of wrestling
and our favorite wrestlers.
Join us as we passionately dive into the art of wrestling
and have detailed discussions while setting aside our fan-based biases.
I'm Janae.
I'm Clarissa.
I'm Haley.
I'm Megs.
I'm Aisha.
And we thank you for joining us.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Femme Slam Podcast. Today's episode is all about factions, when to pull the plug, how long they should last, and are these factions holding back specific wrestlers? We are really excited about this conversation because there are quite a few factions, tag teams that definitely should end, and it's quite obvious that they need to end. But it doesn't seem like the WWE is just ready to let go of them. A few that we planned on naming today was going to be LWO, of course, A-Town Down Under, which is the most notorious tag team that just won't die. Unfortunately, the Bloodline. And what are some other ones, you guys? Like the Judgment Day?
Yeah, the Judgment Day. I don't know what everybody might be doing, but with the new stuff that's happening with Liv, but aside from her, it's just there.
I am curious what's going to happen with that now that Liv is gone, because it does seem like she was a very, very big piece of the Judgment Day faction at this point.
She's keeping them together.
Yeah, now that she's injured, they're having to rearrange the entire Evolution PLE because a lot of it was based around her, which was insane. But a lot of it was based around her, and now we have the Judgment Day, and it makes me wonder, especially with Roxanne coming in, what's gonna happen now.
My fear is that they're going to prolong the Judgment Day story until Liv gets back so they can finish it, and I'm really good on that. We can just go ahead and wrap it up because obviously we got to be moving towards some type of ending, some type of rebirth. Even something has to be changing with the way Liv and Finn have kind of been playing chess or checkers, whichever one you want to call it. But I don't want us to wait, because last I saw, Liv could be out for up to 6 months. I am not trying to watch the Judgment Day on my TV until January of next year. Let's wrap this shit up by Thanksgiving. Thank you.
I definitely think what they're going
to
I definitely think what they're going to end up doing, and if they don't do it, I wouldn't be mad at them doing this, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that'll probably boo this, and I'm sorry if you are one of those people that will boo me. They should just have everything go down the same way it went down with Rhea. When Rhea got injured, Liv finally got in there real nice with the Judgment Day, and by the time Rhea came back, Dom wasn't even hers anymore, and Liv was part of the game. So
there's a reason why I don't want that to happen. If we thought that the Rhea and Liv drama was bad, oh God, I can't. The entire IWC is going to be fighting each other till she gets back. The fans ruined it for they ruined that storyline for me. And I don't even talk about I love Rhea, one of my favorite wrestlers, and I don't even talk about it that much anymore because the fan base is relentless and I can't deal with it. And I can only imagine, I feel like Liv's fan base goes hard, which I like Liv, so I get it. She's a hard worker, but I feel like that could go south one way or another. I don't know.
Truthfully, I don't think we have to be concerned about that because Roxanne does have a nice fan base behind her and people are enjoying her because Baby is really getting set up to be Rookie of the Year right now. She's done Royal Rumble. She's done Elimination Chamber. She's done Money in the Bank. She's doing Queen of the Ring. Rox is that girl right now. So I don't think we have to necessarily worry about the fan, especially because Liv will be out. Yeah, we'll see those snide remarks, but it can't be as bad. I just don't want to have to wait for Liv to get back for us to see it all play out when all of these people could just move on to their own individual stories. I genuinely and truly hate that Liv is injured, because I was trying to figure out what the hell they were finna do with her, because she has this tag title. She's arguing with Nikki Bella. She's calling out Io Sky. Like, which one is she facing at Evolution? What is she doing at Evolution? And now we'll never know. So a lot is hanging in the balance when it comes to Liv Morgan. But I think her injury does derail the Judgment Day as a whole, because she is such a big part of it. And she was such a big part of the story, because Lord knows Finn Missy Boots ass is out to get Liv and Dom something.
He's serious. So fucking funny, bro. He's so fucking funny. Who's the messiest person? Who's the messiest person you know? Why is it a 45-year-old man?
Because it always is. But this is the thing. It's always the smile. Yeah, that's the face he does when Liv's around. He's like, I did this.
Like, ooh,
look what I did. Look what I made.
So... He's just like a pot stirrer, just stirring the pot the entire time. Everyone.
I guarantee you, Finn sits at home at night. He goes, what can I do to piss off Liv and Dom next week?
I feel like
this is like a daily thing.
I feel like if we were to do a category for the Femmies of messiest wrestler of the year, it would have to be Finn Balor, fucking Drew McIntyre.
You gotta throw Naomi 3 times.
Seth Rollins, fucking Naomi. Oh my goodness, bro! Like messiest wrestlers. Like,
so go ahead and write that down. Somebody write that down so that we have it when we're talking Emmys at the end of the year. Because, like, y'all realize that's only 6 months away, right? It's
oh my
June.
God!
Wait, we're gonna hit our year soon.
We are hitting a year soon. We started this shindig. We started this. We've been friends for over a year now. We have been friends for over a year now, all of us. But now, like I would say, end of August, early September is our 1 year as the Femme Slam Podcast.
Yep. Mm-hmm. This is the fact that we realized that here on the podcast, and none of us have thought about it.
I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the very first episode that we recorded and see what date officially it was, so we can decide that the Femme Slam podcast, the anniversary is that day, and fingers crossed our episode that we drop actually lands on the anniversary date. And
I feel like we have to. I feel like we have to. Whether it's in the recording schedule or not, I feel like we have to release an episode on the actual, we have to have an anniversary episode.
It's got to be chaotic too.
Femme Slam favorite moments. I just feel like we should redo what we did for the season finale last year.
Yes.
And just,
Lord,
I will give Aisha permission. I will give Aisha permission for one night to drink the same things, and I just feel like,
alcohol poisoning the sequel?
Maybe do a live one. So our first episode posted September 4th. That's when the first episode posted.
So when we recorded it was probably August 28th, huh?
You're really good at that. Well, August 31st if we recorded on the Saturday.
Yeah, it was a Saturday. It was heavy that Saturday.
August 31st is the official, unless, like I said, we decide to do the first episode posting date.
Mm-hmm.
It's either August 31st or September 4th. That will be our 1 year anniversary. And I just feel like y'all deserve a special podcast,
Femline motherfucking up. Because then when that 1 year comes, we could also talk about everything that we've been able to achieve since then. Who
achieved?
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Bro, we've you're on your way to it. Come on now, you're on your way to it. All right. No. Call it hashtag Femme Slam Motion.
Yeah,
but
damn, we did say Femme Slam Takeover all 2025, and you and Haley are both. Well, Haley hit 10K on TikTok. You're now damn near at 30K on TikTok.
Yeah,
me and Meg still in single digits on TikTok, as in the ones in the 5,000s. But
aren't you at 6,000?
I am not. I'm at 5,500 and something.
Well, it took me a year to get to 10K because I was like at that. It literally took me 3 months to get from 9 to 10. It drove me crazy. I was like, oh my god.
All right, we got really, really, really fucking off topic, y'all.
It was just because we talked about our anniversary. Like, you know,
I just was like, yo, we just spent like 5 minutes just rambling about nothing. But like, if you listen to Femme Slam episodes, I guess you guys are used to that by now. So like, I'm not gonna apologize because we'll do it again, probably in the next 10 minutes. Because when we talk about Bloodline, Aisha's gonna find a reason to talk about Jay. I'm gonna find. Hold on. I'm coming at myself now. Hold on. I'm gonna find a reason to rant about Roman.
Yes. Someone called me out last night. Shout out Holy Shit Podcast. They were like, oh, well, you know, someone's in the comments saying Roman Reigns is the best wrestler ever, and, you know, since Haley's tweeting about it every once a day, when's Roman coming back? I was like, hey now. Well, when is he? When is he coming back?
Questions that need answers. But before we do our rant about the Bloodline and all of that, can I just direct our attention really quick to one very important group that we should really, really, really focus on? A-Town Down Under.
Oh, they pissed me off.
It's gotta go. It's gotta go. It is beyond time. Why is this still a thing?
This is a song that doesn't end. It just doesn't end. It just doesn't
on
end.
And on, my friend.
I swear I have thought they were breaking up 10 times by now.
Probably. They've been backstage beefing with each other for the past 2 weeks with Xavier Woods in a pimp suit instigating. Like, I just...
looking like a pimp named Slickback.
It's the way I want to say the whole line with you, but
hold on. Haley, do you know that reference?
I knew when you said the picture. I'll know it off the top of my head.
Do you know where a pimp named Slickback come from?
Like a Tribe Called Quest, you say it all together?
She doesn't know. Okay, yeah.
I don't know it like off the top of my head. Like I knew what you were talking about, but it's not something I'm like super familiar with.
It's from the Boondocks. I just
we're gonna put you on, baby. It's okay.
We're gonna have movie night whenever we finally hang out.
Yeah.
Well, the movie nights we've been having are Twilight and somebody wants to watch tonight. Barney and Friends.
Wait, there's a movie night tonight after this is over.
Well, how are they gonna have a movie night without us?
We need to go on and hurry up. What are we watching tonight?
It's Mulan and Princess and the Frog. It's a double feature.
Oh, we gotta wrap this up because my favorite movie's coming on tonight. I will leave the moment. I'm actually gonna go into Discord right now. Also, if you are not a member of our Discord, make sure you catch us on live so you can subscribe and join us in all of our foolishness, but not if you want no fuckery, because like we ain't got time for that.
Yeah, we don't want no weird bitches in the chat. I'm sorry.
I'm the only one allowed.
By weird, I mean if you keep up a lot of bullshit, the Fem line don't want no part of that. We don't want to disrupt the family. The family is happy. We cause chaos, but we cause funny chaos, comedic chaos, right?
And we got enough freaks in the Discord. We don't need no more. Shout out Ken Derica. Sorry, I love you. I had to shout out.
That's the head freak in charge, bro. Actually, you know what? That's not the head freak in charge because fandom said. Ken Derica was like, nah, bro. Fandom out freaked me, bro. I was like, whoa. Oh man, I love our family, bro. Shout out to the family, bro. Shout out to the family. All love always, bro. Love y'all. Love y'all. Does
this feel like the 1 year episode already, or?
Yeah.
And they're in the Discord. They better not be talking about Love Island in the Discord because
it's the way the sun is hitting directly in my window, and I'm giving y'all all types of light.
Go ahead, do the face.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
I've confirmed. I will get a text for Princess of the Frog. That's not it.
That's not the face?
No, you get real close and I'll be like...
That's not the face.
Oh, it's not?
No, you're doing too much.
See, I told you, I don't ever know when I'm doing the face.
All right. You know what? Focus. All right.
But okay,
I don't even know if
A-Town,
that's the face. It's closer, but like you're not hitting it. So, as to one
My
Austin
power.
Theory, what power?
My power.
Oh, Megs, were you trying to?
Yeah,
jump
I was
in?
gonna say. I was trying to say back to the crumbling of A-Town Down Under, because they've been teasing their breakup for over a year. Before they got the tag titles last year, they teased it. After they got the tag titles, they didn't. They kind of teased it because of DIY and the not flashback, yeah, kind of flashbacks with like Gargano and Austin because of the way, and then they dropped it, and then we just didn't see them for a bit, and then it came back, and they went down to the NXT. They literally there the ample opportunity to break them two up in a triple threat match with Oba Femi, because them two got into hot water with him, and I was like, this would have been so funny if they actually broke up on an NXT episode.
Please.
But it didn't happen.
You know who else can break up two? Fatal Influence. Okay, keep it moving. I know you're not going to be happy about that.
I'm not. We're not going to touch them right now. But then they drafted from SmackDown to Raw. I was like, okay, cool. A new, fresh start, because Raw did need help in their tag team division. They did. So, cool. Like, I didn't mind it. But now they're barely even doing anything as a tag team. They're just backstage, like you've been saying, just doing whatever. And it's like, are y'all going to break them up and let them go to separate ways, or are just going to make them be a serious group? Because, like, who else is going to go after the New Day? Like, they're just holding those titles like decoration at this point. So it's like, when it's like the time to break them up is not going to be anytime soon, unless something they have a plan to actually do it. But at this point, I feel like with whatever they have going on with the New Day, it might happen. But I'm like, I don't think so.
I don't think the New Day. If the New Day is able to break them up, you know what?
Hasn't Karrion Kross been talking to them too?
Hey, I was about to say, get Karrion Kross on the phone. Like,
no, fuck Karrion Kross. Get Sami Zayn on the phone.
You know,
right?
Let him do his little dancey dance.
Let him do his little dancey dance.
He gets in their head and
does a little dance. I need him to go to Austin Theory and be like, "This isn't you. Can't you see that he doesn't like you?" Like, you know, I just need him to do that so Austin could be like, you know what? You're right. I should value myself. I should love myself a lot more and treat myself better with some self-respect. Hey, Grayson, fuck you. Like, that's all I need.
Hey, he needs a character change too.
No, look, I have a slightly unpopular opinion. Austin Theory could really be a bomb-ass babyface if they just give him a chance.
He could.
Okay?
He's John Cena.
Okay. I thought most people were like, no, he's not. Like, Austin Theory can wrestle. He cuts pretty decent promos. And the crowd is slowly falling in love with him. Make that man a face. Throw his ass. Honestly, you know what? Just for old time's sake, because y'all know I say toss that girl. Don't do it. You can toss his ass to Bronson Reed real quick.
I say toss his groupie ass outside and let that whole stargaze from outside. I'm sorry. I had to stem that real quick.
I got it. But yeah, we can just use Bronson Reed as with a tsunami, because like I'm passing out tsunamis like it's candy right now. Let Bronson tsunami.
I'm still very sensitive to that word.
Hey,
I'm saying it a little too much for me.
Hey,
speaking of tsunami, shout out Sporticus, bruh. Shout out Sporticus for stopping. I don't give a damn, Megs. I don't give a damn. Okay, shout out Sporticus.
This is already a chaotic episode.
He came in and he stopped Bronson Reed from landing on Jay again. Yeah. Shout out Sporticus.
Just another.
And if you don't know who Sporticus is, it's LA Knight. And the reason why I call him Sporticus is because he got that lazy town ass vest on that he be wearing all the time. It's very Sporticus coded. So,
all right.
Sporticus.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Real ones remember.
We just have to, like, at this point, I really don't give a damn about what we need for the New Day. Pick somebody else. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, split them folks up like two bitter exes who can't be in the same room with each other for more than 3 seconds. I need that shit happening immediately.
So I have a question. If they were to break up and they had the ability to turn Austin Theory into a big baby face, do we see Grayson Waller capable of being a super heel in their storyline? Because Grayson hasn't given me anything to even want to be like, oh yeah, he definitely gives off like major heel vibes. He doesn't.
Was good in NXT though, like him and
he needs to get rid of that snobby ass bitch. Ooh. I was trying to say beach. Y'all wait.
They don't he like I love. Sorry.
he needs to get rid of this current persona that he has. Like it's just and like lean more so into, I don't know. I feel like they haven't really like dove into who Grayson Waller can be other than what he is at the surface. And I feel like if
it's enough.
If they were to split him off from Austin Theory, Grayson Waller to me will fade into obscurity.
I see why you say that.
He's obnoxious enough to be a heel. It's just I think technically Austin Theory is way better. Like Austin Theory won Money in the Bank.
We got enough of obnoxious heels though. We do.
Yeah, we do actually.
Seth Rollins. And his version of, well, Seth Rollins is doing it well. His version of a heel is more so like a modern day Miz. And honey, we don't give a damn about the Miz right now. So like,
we've had enough of the Miz, actually. He needs to go be on that TV show and leave Carmelo Hayes alone.
That's just my whole thing. Like, if they were to split, like, how would they do an ultimate betrayal for Grayson Waller to be, like, super hated? Because then they would have to, give Grayson Waller more time to explain why he did what he did, other than him going, oh, well, I just think he's fucking lame. Austin Theory he was holding me back. He's,
he could pull a Naomi and throw him on a car and then have him disappear for a little bit.
No. He actually needs to stay away from the shop that Naomi got her nachos from. In fact, I just heard the business just closed, so he will not be able to get that recipe.
Thanks for coming, though.
Sorry. I mean, I understand. I do. Unfortunately, I think Grayson Waller is going to have to find his own path. I don't necessarily see him.
I gotta go like my own way.
What about us?
This is why I turn in my resignation every week. Like, this is the shit I was talking about. Anyway, I really don't. Tell you. All right, guys. Thank you for coming and joining us for another episode of the Femme Slam Podcast. I shouldn't have you back on their things again, and I'm out.
Keep your ass where you at. ASAP.
Time for the percolator. Okay.
Oh.
Hello?
That just is stuck in my head, Look, Clarissa, I know you can't hear me. I got it. It's a new flavor, apparently. Have you ever had it?
I have not. But if Alani just so happens to be listening, I really love the sherbet swirl. And so, like, hey, Alani.
This is Dream Float. Is this it?
No.
This is like creamsicle?
No, there's a sherbet one.
Oh.
Yeah. But I don't really know where Grayson Waller goes from here. Truthfully,
on a vacation.
My focus, you know what? Let him take like 3 weeks off for them to figure out what to do with him next. But like my focus here is getting the potential that we have in Austin Theory out. Grayson's a great wrestler. He can get reactions from the crowds. Finish
it. Finish your thought.
That's it.
I did have that's it, because I was like trying to think of like what else can I say, but like
that's it.
He gets a reaction and he's not a bad wrestler. I think Grayson is actually pretty good. In short, but we do know what we have in Theory right now. We may be unsure about Waller. We know where we can see Theory. Give that man, you know what? Give me Theory versus Dominic Mysterio. Okay, I'm here for it. Okay, I'm here for it. Give me Theory versus. I don't know.
They're friends.
I was gonna think of some.
You know, Theory in the Intercontinental field.
That's
in the Intercontinental, like,
how long was he the U.S. champ for? Like a while, right?
He was over there for a good piece of time, bro. He was the U.S. champ for a hot ass minute.
But here's the problem: I don't remember him being U.S. champ. You know what I remember? Roman telling him your daddy's not here anymore, and if you keep going, I'ma have you. I'ma be your daddy. Time Jay,
I miss him.
You know, smacked him in the back of the head. Theory hit him with the briefcase, and Jay was gonna put in work. You know,
he was
put in work.
That is the thing I remember about Theory the most, and I think that's quite sad because, he low blow John Cena to win, but
yeah, I remember that.
What I'm getting at is that Theory really hasn't been like pushed in the spotlight enough, which is so crazy because Vince was touting him.
Yeah, didn't Redactor push him though?
Yeah, and it's like, let's be real. We never see what that man sees in people until they get away from him. I'm just gonna call a spade Drew, Roman, Theory. Anyway, get Theory away from Waller as of
two of those three are fetched, but I won't say who. Use your imagination.
Anyways, I was gonna mention too, cause like
I hate it.
With Grayson, it's the same character we've got from NXT. Like his character hasn't changed since NXT. So on the Grayson side of things, like he would have to like really like tap into a different side, and it's like he was just because he's always been an asshole. Like he's been like a kind of frat boy kind of asshole, and that's still present to this day.
For him and the Miz are going to team up. Him and the Miz are going to team up.
For
them to break up, it has to like be something extreme. But then
who the hell decided to put Mello, don't Miz together? Because that
a 35-year-old frat band, bro. Can't say frat boy because that's a man.
Hold on now.
Oh, here we go.
I'll be quiet. Never mind.
Don't come at
bro. Cause we can't compare. We can't compare those. Those are two different types. Okay.
I'll be quiet.
Those are two different types, Clarissa.
But on the opposite side of
we quiet. I'm sorry, Migs. Go ahead. I'm just being evil aunt right now, and I'm just quiet. I'm quiet.
No, you're good. You're good. No, but like on the Austin side of it, like you said, you didn't really remember like what else like Austin did because like he had the briefcase, like and like they were teasing him to go after one of the big bads and like Roman and I forgot who else was actually the big champion at the time, but then they pivoted to him cashing in on Bobby Lashley, and then that's how he got the title for the U.S. Championship. But it's like since then, they fed him to in obscurity after that. So it's like, what else is there for them to give for him now, unless it's a whole other repackage?
They could put him with Seth Rollins, bro. If anything, not Grayson. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Austin. They could put Austin with him, bro. I feel like Seth can make that man vicious.
I just read something today. I don't know how legit this is, so don't quote me, but I just read that they're thinking about putting someone from NXT with Seth. Like they're thinking between Ethan Page and Ricky. And if Ethan teams up with Seth... Oh!
I feel like Ethan, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, Ricky Saints with Seth Rollins because the way they both dress.
That's a diva off waiting to happen.
Yeah, that's all that is. It's just a diva off.
It's a diva off, no.
Seth needs someone who's gonna match his freak, and Ethan will for sure match that man's freak. And two diabolical ass men in one faction like that, I would eat it up. I would eat it up. Honestly,
Vio is gonna lose his shit when that happens.
No, bruh, Ethan. Look, Vio's gonna be like, "It's two bad bitches in one faction. I can't handle it." Like, it's just he's gonna be freaking out, bro. He's gonna be like me when Tama and Jay be in the ring. Like, you hate seeing they won't be fighting, but
I miss Tama.
Clarissa, you act like I care and I don't.
I don't care that you don't care, but at this point, I'm gonna need y'all to keep track of how many times she says Jay's name.
I'm gonna lock in. Don't worry
that
about
boy
me.
Look good.
Don't worry, that boy look good. He do. But
I'm
gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in.
All the above.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Haley, I will. Girl. Anyway.
Yes.
Carry on. What were you saying? Carry on.
Who, me?
Aisha.
I done forgot already, bro. It's too late. Somebody refresh my memory, please.
You're talking about Ethan being in the faction with Seth.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good.
Ethan being in the faction with Seth. I just feel like they would definitely complement each other very well. Now, I did have visions of Ethan over on SmackDown after his visit to SmackDown. He just gives off SmackDown energy. He really does. He has that SmackDown vibe to him. But if you want to really put him, like, catapult him straight to the top, putting him with Seth Rollins would definitely be the best way to go. Because eventually, they're going to move Seth out of the faction. He's only there so they can get their feet wet. Once they know how to swim, Seth is gone. Because, like, there's been this conversation. Because, by the way, this is still faction talk. Because they're a faction. They don't have a name yet. There's people that's been trying to figure out whether or not Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins are necessary as a duo. And they're not. To me, they're not. I feel like Paul Heyman's purpose within the faction is to just be there for Braun Breaker. But then again, he also looks really good with Bronson Reed as well. So, if anything, that should also tell you that Seth Rollins probably isn't going to be in that faction for too long. Just by how out of place he looks when Paul Heyman is in the mix with the two monsters behind him. And then when they add Ethan Page in there, but then again, Ethan Page is also a talker.
That's what I was going to say. He's so good on the mic.
So, like, Paul Heyman doesn't have to do anything but stand there. But then again, that same thing was with Roman, too. All he had to do was just stand there. But Paul needs to be... The only people Paul should definitely speak for would be Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Those are the only two people he should ever speak for. I feel like the only time it's okay that he's speaking for Seth is if he sent Seth to go talk to someone. Well, if Seth sent Paul to go talk to someone like he did with Jay. Go ahead. There's two, by the way.
That's three, actually.
Is it?
Yes, 3.
I don't care. But like...
You clearly do. Carry on.
It's your cinnamon apple. What do you mean?
But like, yeah, I just feel like the only time he needs to talk for Seth is when Seth tells him to go and deliver a message. But any other time, he's just kind of standing there. Like, especially when they're all in the ring and and Seth is there too. Seth is going to be doing the talking. Now, I definitely think if they're going to add Ethan in, they should definitely allow Ethan to talk as well. But I feel like if anything, that would being in that faction will hurt Ricky more than anything to me, in my honest opinion, because he has too much star power on his own to be kind of just like constricted to a faction. So, yeah.
I think too, with the Braun Breaker aspect of it within that group, like, you can easily see when you can turn Braun into a face and get him out of that group. Like, the writing is like, yeah, it's the writing mostly on the wall of like Braun also having an exit plan out and leaving Seth. It's just a matter of time when they do pull that. It might be just like if Seth actually does get the title off the briefcase with the briefcase, and like down the line that happens, but like you can already see it like with like the little etchings a little bit of like his demeanor. So like it's easier to see Braun break away from Seth, whether it's aside from Seth breaking away from Beast Weird. It's just a matter of time of when that happens.
I don't even think it's a matter of breaking away. I honestly feel like, and this is what I've said since the very beginning, I feel like Seth is going to fail at getting the title because this is his second time attempting to get this title, and he was able to get the Money in the Bank briefcase, which secures him an opportunity. And so, like, if he fails that, that's it, right? So, like, he goes to the back of the line. Braun Breaker has already shown signs of, like, I want a title. I want that gold again. Because when Seth first mentioned him and only him going after the World Heavyweight Championship, Braun felt some type of way. And on top of that, like, Seth hasn't sent them out to go get tag team championships yet. Like, if they are going to be a quote unquote tag team, they should go and get gold. They shouldn't have to wait for Seth to get gold in order for them to go get gold too. And I feel like that would hold them over for a while. But the fact that they haven't been put into the tag team division yet or started any beef with anybody in the tag team division yet just goes to show that Seth is only, like, the faction only exists so Seth can get to where he needs to, and that's it. But with the addition to Ethan, like, if Ethan was to get at it, I feel like that'll change. But then again, I feel like Ethan is smart and calculated enough to persuade Braun and Braun Breaker to kick Seth out.
Oh, I like where that's going. Sorry, Seth, you gotta go. You could be a bad bitch on your own.
I'm very anti adding another member.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we absolutely feel the need to add somebody else, then yes, Ethan is probably the best pick.
That's it. That's real.
You know, I would like to say words.
Mm-hmm.
I have none. Paul Heyman and Seth just don't make sense right now. Mm-hmm. Seth has always been a mastermind all on his own. He does not need the counsel of a wise man. Mm-hmm. He does not need Paul Heyman. He does not need to be a Paul Heyman guy. This is just checking.
So I don't like it.
Like, it's just checking something off Seth's wish list. And don't get me wrong, like, Brock did need him. Punk didn't really need him, but it was just if it matched, you know, like Punk and Paul and Roman and Paul, they just made sense. They just meshed. And you saw exactly what he did for them very early on.
They have the edge that makes it make sense to have Paul Heyman around. Mm-hmm. Seth doesn't have that edge. Now, would he have had that edge earlier on, like during his Architect days? Oh, yes. For sure. Yeah. But, like, we're several years in to, like, Seth Rollins' career within the WWE. And, like, them aligned with each other, just, to me, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So I get it.
It's quite unfortunate because the thing is that 10 years from now, Seth could be someone's Paul Heyman. I can see Seth in that kind of role once he retires from in-ring action. He is a Paul Heyman. He's a Paul Heyman guy, just not in the same way that CM Punk, Roman Reigns are. He can be the next Paul Heyman on screen. You know, taking somebody under his wing, guiding them along. You know, he could do that. But it just doesn't make sense because him and Paul are the same type of visionary, for lack of a better word. So, like, what does, outside of a fuck you to Roman, what does Paul being with Seth truly accomplish for either of them?
I feel like all it does is, like, Paul's purpose within the faction is just to take care of the big guys behind him, keep them on a leash, right? Like, he's their dog walker.
Fuck you like your dog.
I just feel like it's funny you use dog specifically because, you know.
I mean, Braun's been tweaking lately. When he tossed Sammy over that damn table, he was like, I was like, whoa, okay.
It's like he's getting water out of his ears.
You know what it was for me? It was the way, look, I don't know if y'all seen like the aerial shot of him spearing Chad Gable, because I refuse to call him that coffee order. That man just in dress, shoes, and slacks.
He's a monster.
He be flying.
And then he always get up and he gotta, I don't even know what it is. It's almost like that little shake Jacob does.
Yes,
like,
I was just thinking that.
What the fuck are y'all doing? Recharging? Like, are you making sure your battery pack is still in? Like, what are we doing? But whatever it is, keep doing it. Either way.
Seth did it on Monday, and I was like, don't do that again. He was like, you did this weird thing. I was like, please don't do that again. I don't like it.
They rubbing off on each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is.
Signs of a good partnership.
Or something.
I mean, or something. But let's switch gears really quick, just because I really, really, really want to hear if y'all have any thoughts about this next group. And it's not what I guarantee you, y'all will not expect what I'm about to say.
Let's hear it.
LWO. Exactly.
I feel like they're barely even a group right now. Like, it's barely even a thing. Because, like, the only thing about it is, like, funny enough, I just watched Evolve this week's episode. Joaquin is back, and they literally pulled up with Vince Dorado in Evolve. Ray is just doing whatever. So, like, they're really not a thing at the moment. Like, they're a name, but because of, like, injury and the Lena getting moved over to SmackDown, they're not really even a thing. So, like, I feel like
they don't have any creative. They don't have any creative direction either. So
pick me. Question.
Go ahead. Yes.
Was it ever really a thing?
Slightly.
As much as it could have been. It may have been in the very, very beginning, in the early stages, because I do understand the importance of LWO, and I'm not taking anything away from them. I would love to see that group flourish, especially because you have someone like with the legend Rey Mysterio. People call him one of the best, if not the best, luchador ever. Why are we not using him to guide these guys through tag team action, through mid-card action, through going after a world heavyweight champion? I'm just saying, like, there's so much we could have done. And unfortunately, I barely remember all of their names because they don't refer to them by name anymore. It's just LWO. It's just, oh, look, it's Rey Mysterio and LWO. Why are they
Angel,
not?
right?
Angel is one of them.
Angel's part of he's Los Garza, bro.
Oh, God, I can't even.
You see what I mean?
It's Joaquin
Angel and
Cruz.
Humberto.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Los Garza. Mix. Is there not one more? Dragon Lee. Never mind.
There's a lot of names.
Oh, yeah, Dragon Lee, yes.
Oh, see, look, Megs, look.
Dragon Lee's so good, too.
I forgot Dragon.
This is the point, though. This is the point, because they're not. Dragon Lee is amazing.
So good.
How are we forgetting about Dragon Lee?
He's being held back. He's being held back.
He's going to go back to another company if they don't stop, I think.
It's just more so LWO, especially with everything, LWO should really be something that is a pride moment. We literally just acquired AAA. If you don't do anything else, just send those guys over with them and let them show the hell out to keep getting interest. Bring some of the AAA guys over.
I think they're the tag titles over there now.
No,
they have the tag
titles. No, they don't. Los Garzas has the
AAA
tag team title.
It's okay, Haley. It's okay.
Bron's
it's because I think it's because you only see them. You only see them. We don't really see LWO as much anymore.
Yeah.
And I just
Why did I think they were LWO? Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Weren't they originally and then they split into their own little faction? Did I make that up? I don't know. Never mind.
Yes. All of them were in LWO together.
Okay. I knew some.
But after I feel like it was like after the Dom stuff, and the inner fighting with like, crap.
I'm finding it.
Santos was in his
Santos
feelings.
Escobar.
Santos is he was in his feelings with Ray, and so Santos took Los Garza and Electra Lopez with him to be LDS.
She's also gone. Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Shouts to Megs being our historian at this point, because Lord knows the rest of us can't remember stuff.
I can't even get the faction right.
But no, I am quite sad because whenever I actually see LWO in action, I'm like, yo, these folks are good. And then I forget about them because I don't see them again for 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
You know how they should be? They should all be presented the way that they're presenting Rey Fénix and Penta, because they all have that similar luchador style. And like, I feel especially bad for Dragon Lee, because Dragon Lee is as good as them, and he literally is being like barely used. And I just feel like, I don't know, I would be mad if like they've wrestled together in other companies too. Like if I saw like somebody who I knew I had the same ability as getting all this, time. Although Penta's amazing, I love him, so you can keep giving it to him. But I don't know.
I feel like they don't fit what they want them to be in at the moment. Like they creative picks and chooses who they want to prop up, and right now they're choosing to prop up Penta and Ray.
I even think they're choosing to prop up Ray because Ray has been losing matches.
that part.
Hold on, because we had to watch Ray be pinned by Logan Paul.
I forgot that because I erased it. I erased that
in person. Me and Aisha had to watch that happen at Raw. She doesn't remember, but
she blocked it out.
I did block that out. I did. I was like, I thought Ray got pinned by old dude at WrestleMania 41.
This was back in January. At Raw.
Yeah, but he also got pinned by Grande Americano.
Well, yeah, but no, what was the thing they were doing? What was it? What were they qualifying for?
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
Yes. It was the Elimination Chamber qualifiers, because it was also, she gonna remember this, the same night that Jey Uso chose Gunther for WrestleMania. And that man was standing on top of that goddamn announce desk and just took his legs right from under him. But yeah.
Probably shouldn't say this. No, I shouldn't say this.
Mm-hmm.
Me, you,
here she go.
At WrestleMania.
Here she go. I feel like that should count as a tally mark. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Get the fuck back.
No, I won't. I just... Before we get to the biggest faction of them all,
Authors of Pain,
I was about to ask if anybody wanted to discuss any other ones, and the Final Testament.
Well, the thing is, they were a thing, but then they weren't. And
they were a thing, but then they weren't. But then they were a thing again, and then they weren't again.
Shout out Great Grandunk.
I love that once you learn something, you never let it go.
She will never.
I love that about you.
Oh well. I just think about him appearing in the chalk dust or whatever it was.
Every time we talk about the Final Testament, bro, here goes Haley. Shout out Great Grandunk.
Because he was always doing the most on Twitter, like posing these costumes on the side of the road.
And then you had the fucking nerve to send that to us every damn time. Mind you, none of us follow him, so we didn't have to see it. But here you go. We got a message from Haley in the company's group chat, in the podcast group chat. And she goes, look at Great Grandunk. And it's him in the camera flexing, no shirt on. I'm like, what the hell?
You know what? We should save this for the anniversary episode. But I just want to point out to y'all, Haley has almost gotten completely blocked from the group chats multiple times because she likes to send spoilers and piss everybody off.
It was
I haven't done that in so long.
Look,
I had to block the entire podcast page.
Look, this is the thing. Here's the thing. Because I know y'all remember this. It was right before Crown Jewel or something. And we gave Haley a warning and said, Haley, they're pre-recording an episode tonight. Don't send anything in the chat. I swear to God, you get towards the end of the episode. Now y'all know it was on a time delay. You know we were time delayed. And Haley sends us a note-looking thing that's like, and goes, have you guys seen this? And it's something that says Roman, Jay, and Jimmy versus Solo's bloodline at Crown. Haley was like, when did this happen? And when I tell y'all, Haley got cussed out 10 ways.
Oh my God, Vio cussed me out for a month.
Because how do you get warned? How do you get warned and you still do it? I just wanted to bring that up. There's 1,000 more that we're going to include on the anniversary episode, including.
I've been good lately, actually.
I mean, for you. But why Aisha actually blocked the Femme Slam page.
And me.
Why I cussed Haley out at the end of a YouTube live video that is still there if you go look, because I forgot to trim it out.
I blocked Haley.
I mean, I think at this point everyone on the pod has blocked Haley.
Everybody except for Mads.
I was just saying,
it's another notch Janae, on the bedpost.
Has
you
Janae
know,
blocked you?
Janae doesn't come on social media. Sorry, Janae, but she doesn't come on Twitter. So how would she block me?
I feel like we gotta have an episode with Mads as well, since she is now part of the Femme Slam pod. Not as just our social media coordinator, but she's actually part of the B-Side show now.
Which I hope y'all are listening to.
Which, yeah, y'all better be tapped in. Showing
Mads
love
is queen of AEW.
Vio, Tony, and Mads. Y'all better be showing love to our kids, our kiddos, our loves. But, yeah. Final test to mid.
But they were.
Why are we still calling them test of mid?
They don't even
exist anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore to be mid. Well,
I mean,
all right.
We know that they don't exist.
AOP is a great tag team, though. Okay, never mind.
Look, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed finna be everything AOP couldn't be. Interesting.
You know what?
Are they good or are they just big?
They were good. But they were good. Yeah.
Wait.
They didn't talk.
Were we talking about AOP or were we talking about the Bronsons?
B squared?
Yeah, like when you said are they big or were they good? Like were you talking
AOP?
Okay.
They were
I thought you were talking
big,
about
meaty
the Bronsons. Men. I thought you were talking about B squared.
Well, yeah, no, they're good.
Yeah, that's why I was like they're both, but like I think AOP actually had some really good moments before they tried to do the whole.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I think this was like their second or third time being brought back to WWE. Second. Okay.
And each time they didn't talk.
Yeah, that's the problem too.
The Unk talked for them.
Barely. No, Karrion talked for them.
Talk.
Well,
the last man standing.
You know, Karrion talked for them, and because like when they had the match at WrestleMania, that whole build between them, Bobby, and Street Profits and
I
Fab,
remember.
Karrion was doing all that talking. But Grant Unk didn't talk; he was just there standing. Scarlett was just there standing,
doing his little.
And AOP was just like ready for action. They were just like on go when Karrion said, "Okay, let's get at them." They never said anything, and that's the problem. Like they just had him come back to be background for Karrion Kross.
Agreed.
Which was not a good idea.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's gonna end. But
I was finna say
ashes to ashes,
dust to side chicks.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Well, Clarissa.
That's a song!
I know. It wasn't where I was. Hey. How many times we gotta tell you about that damn grocery store you got over there?
Hey, bruh. Haley got like.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Haley.
You. Who else is eating, Haley? You eat every episode at this point.
I never eat dinner!
Well, whose fault is that? You knew what time we were pulling up.
But it's the fact that each time without fail, you grab the bag of chips and you don't even think about it. You don't even the first thought that should go through your head is, should I mute myself? I should definitely mute myself. Yeah, let me just mute myself.
Big back. Yeah.
Haley.
Okay. Sorry.
Please.
It's just you and these fuck ass bag of chips.
Again.
And then they're not even the good protein chips, bro. We're exactly at an hour, which is record time for us. So
yeah, and all we have is the bloodline, so shit. Which I mean, I should have talked for 30 minutes about that anyway, though. But
Wait, I'm done. I do want to mention before we get to them, there are like some women factions that we can quickly talk about.
Fatal Influence needs to
tag me in.
Okay, let me talk about Fatal Influence.
No, I'm saying when you're done, tag me in. Yeah. I got one.
I was gonna say, what women's factions outside of the Secret Harvest?
Nope.
Oh yeah, that could end too.
I got
it's a list. It's Fatal Influence, Secret Harvest, and then whatever else Clarissa got.
I mean, they don't exist anymore, but PFC should have ended like the second week. So
yes, they should have.
But okay, with Fatal Influence, it's not the fact that they should be broken. Okay, not the fact that they should be broken up. Like all three of them are good. However, the plight that they had, it was lost because it had Jasmine Nix in the fold. Because the whole reason of Fatal Influence being in existence was because JC and Fallon, they've been in the system of NXT for as long as they have been. And they hadn't really gotten as many opportunities, and they're like kind of having their own little revolt against the NIL girlies coming in, getting opportunities while they're just there. They come a group. I
thought Mandy was a part of that back in the day with Gigi Dolan and them, or was that called something else?
That's different. That's a different group. That was Toxic Attraction.
Fatal Influence, Toxic Attraction, same thing. No, it's not.
And that predates me being even watching NXT. That predates me, but I remember that because Jace was in that group. But
yeah, that's why I got confused.
Their plight was like, okay, we want our just due because we've been a part of this for a while. We need something. So them being a group and ragtagging and going against a lot of girls within the division, it made sense. I was hoping that they would have actually broken up because they had me fooled. And I think I said it like on Twitter or something in a video on TikTok. Like I really thought that they would have broken up at the hands of Stephanie winning on that show or like right before because they had a ruse where like they were fighting. I was like, oh, okay, I thought they were going to break up.
Wishful thinking.
JC and Fallon were going at each other. Jasmine was nowhere to be found for like a couple weeks. So like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. But now that JC has a title, there's no way they're going to break them up at this point. Like, I don't think they're breaking up anytime soon. And I actually want to see them do more until like someone else takes the title off of JC.
Until they have like Monroe take the title off of JC?
Yes, basically.
We know that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's inevitable at this point. Yeah. But unless something else like fully, really real happens between them three, they're not breaking up anytime soon. And like they don't need to break up necessarily because they've only been together as a group for a couple, like probably 6 months at this point. Like there's still more that they can do as a trio, because they got Fallon Gold, now they got JC Gold. Well, I don't know what they're gonna do with Jasmine, but Jasmine's just there. But as long as and I hate to say I hate to say it like that, but with JC like having the championship right now, like they're fine at the moment. Like they haven't given me as much reason now to that I'm saying okay, I want them to break up because they had infighting and I'm like, oh, they're gonna break up because it's infighting. They didn't. It was a ruse. And so now it's like a different part of Fatal Influence they have going on. So, yeah. But the Neville is going to end in a couple months.
I wish I could give you some input on this whole
I
like,
you ain't missing much. Sorry.
When you said let's talk about a few of the women factions, my mind was like, well, damn, the only fucking faction we got is Secret Harvest. I already think that's stupid. Like,
why do they wear them suits and when they wrestle too? Like that can't be comfy.
I'm pretty sure it's like leotard spandex type of breathable fabric that they're wearing, but I just feel like the Secret Harvest just shouldn't exist. That's just me. The only reason why they exist is because of Chelsea, and if Chelsea wouldn't have needed people to help her keep her United States championship 2 weeks into her being a champion, I feel like this, I don't know, man. Alba is extremely talented, and I could see her in the mid-card Intercontinental Championship scene. Well, United States Championship scene, because she's on SmackDown. I can see her there. Just her talent is crazy. She's insane.
She doesn't really do it for me. I gotta go watch some old matches or something.
She doesn't do it for you because she's in the background of fucking Chelsea Green. Like, when she was part of Unholy Union, her and Isla was fucking killing it, bro. They were doing great. Like, remember, they were tag team. She's a former champion. So the fact that she's just like, the fact that she's just kind of like in the background while Chelsea Green makes stupid ass jokes all the time, it just, I'm sorry, bro. It's just, I'm one of those people who don't understand the hype of Chelsea Green, so I feel a certain way. Like, I'm still mad that she won over Michin, the inaugural United States Championship, because Michin worked too. I mean, you know, Chelsea too, but like Michin would have definitely been a great inaugural United States champion, in my honest opinion. I feel like Chelsea came in and was immediately cracking jokes the entire time, and like, you know, more of a comedic approach to the championship.
I think that's her thing. Like, she does acting, I think, on the side, so I feel like that's why yeah.
Good for her. But like, that's
like
great
Chelsea
for
Green.
her. That's cool.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Max. Please go ahead.
I think her thing is, I think she said this in interviews, she's been wanting to be the female Miz. And that's where that aspect of her character comes through. And I think that's what's throwing people off too.
Don't do it because I'm not in the mood tonight.
I'm sorry.
Do not do it because I'm not in the mood.
But the thing is, I like Miz too. But I
you,
like
her.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm talking about Aisha. Do not start. I am not in the mood. Don't do it. You can make whatever face you want. Don't you say a fucking word. I know what you're thinking though. I just don't. Just please don't do it. I'm not gonna fight with you over Michael tonight.
I had another thought pertaining to this real quick, because I thought I do like Chelsea, and I like what she does.
Whatever gets us away from the Miz is perfect.
Okay, so and because for the recent interview she did, I forget where it was on, but kind of like inside baseball of like what they wanted to do. I think they kind of got stalled, because she even said, like, even when she had the title, and it was just her and Michin going back and forth, it got stalled out. Like it was too much. Like they knew it was too much. They knew the fans knew it was too much, but they had to like pivot off with it. They couldn't really pivot off it as well they did, but now it's like, okay, it is what it is. But and with Alba, like, they wanted to bring her in because they wanted to expand it. So for fun, because since Isla's gone, like, what else was Alba gonna do if they gave her anything else? And they're like, oh, because Piper and
should have never got rid of Isla.
Yeah, but also because like Piper and Alba are also friends. They all three of them actually worked together like before WWE, so like they had good chemistry. So that's why Alba was like brought into the fold. Most people are supposed to be in it too, but what we have right now, I think that's why it still works between those three. Granted, yes, Chelsea is the forefront. Alba and Piper are having a good time. Whether we think it's all like, okay, whatever, like we don't like where it's going, they're having fun with it, but like they all three of them could be doing more within that division on SmackDown, because it's
especially
still
Piper.
Because like it's still all the same people in the mid card division that are getting shine. Like we still are mainly only getting still like Chelsea in the mix. Zelina, obviously she's a champion, and Julia. No one else is really like in the mid card scene on SmackDown, because and Michin and B-Fab, but like aside from that, like they're not really putting too much on everyone to do anything. So it's like, what else are you gonna do?
I'm 50-50 on Secret Harvest. I want to like them because I like the individuals. I want to, but there's just something missing, and I'm not quite sure how we get it back on track at this point. It kind of reminds me of, and it's like somewhat of a segue, but not really, of the same thing with PFC, where they have these really talented people together, but they don't really know what to do with them to showcase that talent, that potential of what they have in that group as a whole. Like, yeah, Piper is pulling on really good matches. Every time I see Piper, she's doing something amazing. Alba's putting on good matches. Chelsea is over there when she's there, being the drama queen that she is, showing her personality, doing what needs to be done. But there's not really a story anymore. They're kind of just there. And that's, I think, the problem, like I said, with that PFC had. There's not a story. We're just throwing these people at people, and we're not doing anything to try to make people more interested, more intrigued, more compelled to pay attention to what they're doing. So I think that's a common problem, because we really don't have to talk that much about PFC, because like 2 out of 3 members aren't here anymore, unfortunately, and they really sealed the coffin on them as soon as they gave them that horrid ass name.
Shayna!
Another freaking Monday?
Another freaking stew.
Y'all, what's going on? What's going on here? Yeah,
what, is the Holy Spirit coming from your body right now? What the fuck?
I was can a bitch be in mourning? Like,
oh, okay, my bad.
The church is in mourning.
Like, y'all said 2 of them ain't with us, and I remember Shayna was gone, bro. I love Shayna. I love me some Shayna.
Time to play Going Down or Up Yonder, whatever the fuck that song's called. I don't know the song.
No, that song is specifically reserved for people who get murdered in the ring.
Well,
like,
okay.
Should I say it or no?
You can leave that alone. You can leave that alone. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
you can leave that alone.
Since we've knocked out a majority of the factions, it's time we get to our favorite, and that is whatever is left of the bloodline, because it feels like it should have ended at Survivor Series or at least at Raw, and it's just dragging. It is dragging. What are we doing here? We don't even have a tribal chief, mind you. We don't have a tribal chief.
At all. We're 5 months late for the actual ending. People could have went the separate ways, like after February.
Some of us weren't ready to let it go, but some of us haven't been at work to further the story along. So.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of us that aren't at work. Half of them are injured.
Oh, yeah. I know.
And then, you know what's sad about that is that Aisha.
Oh, Tama.
But you're not gonna do that for Tonga?
Tama, Tonga. Oh my god.
I'm trying to find the music picture.
Notice she ain't said a damn thing about Tonga Loa.
Can I get
Infamous Tonga Loa, stand up.
Can I get to him? I just needed to mourn. You mentioned a bad bitch, bro. You mentioned a baddie, and you thought I wasn't finna let out a cry?
Go ahead.
Can a bitch mourn?
Heart's consent.
No, I'm good now. Ain't no need.
Notice again, she swore she was gonna say it. Y'all still ain't heard her say a word about Tongaloa, have you? Anyway. Also, you know what? Haley brings up a really good point. Because why is he here?
Brings up a really good point. Didn't say anything, bro. Didn't say anything.
It's the picture. Because I am
let me up the brightness.
Why did we add him to the bloodline when we had more bloodline members we could have added? But we had them. They
like actual bloodline members too.
Actual. All right. Dog.
Clearly, it was his aura.
Lack of.
Apparently, he's like such a good wrestler too. He don't do it for me.
Look, bro. Not even Seth's sunglasses could help him.
Mm. No, those are Aisha sunglasses also.
Yeah, it was just the way he was in the back, like.
No, see, this is the thing about the bloodline. Like the story, the way it's kind of like spiraling into nothingness is frustrating. Having to see the faction that you have loved for over 5 years just become this. It's disheartening, bro. It's so depressing. Like, I feel like it should have ended. I don't understand why they felt the need to prolong the implosion of the bloodline. I honestly felt like if they really wanted to, Solo should have been the one that got kicked out, and it should have been Jacob Fatu that took over. Honestly, it just feels like Jacob should have took over.
Not him bringing in your wine glass.
Like, Jacob should have taken over with Tama and Tongaloa in the background, and Solo became a face, or at least went back to his family and been like, y'all were right, I'm sorry. And then they should have been and then that's when Hikuleo should have came in to make their fourth member. And then War Games should have been OG Bloodline with Solo Sikoa on the end versus the new Bloodline, Jacob, Tama, Tonga, and Hikuleo. But that wasn't the case because, of course, Tama and Tongaloa got injured and was taken out, and we don't have an estimated time of return, an ETR, on when they're supposed to return. So
this is why doves cry.
At that point, they should have just gone ahead and started working on breaking up Solo and Jacob, and letting them branch off. But instead, they decided to bring in JC Mateo, also known as Jeff Cobb, who does absolutely fucking nothing for the Bloodline story at all. He's just there. He's just there. And Bloodline fans are having a really hard time, accepting him into the red and black pack, into the Samoan dynasty.
I simply can't.
I can't either. I can't get jiggy with it.
I don't even know if it's necessarily him or if it's that at this point, I am completely over the story as it stands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's nothing left. And then to make matters even worse, Solo would not be so dumb to talk about Jacob in that manner where he could possibly hear him. Solo is not an idiot. And so we're now at this point where I just feel like shit just don't make sense.
Yeah.
It's just because we took something that was getting called cinema that brought so many fans back into wrestling. If you talk to some of the, man, I miss cinema. I miss those promos, dog. Roman, if you by chance hear this, like, look at me. Come home now.
Kids miss you.
I mean, that I'm sure they do, but like, bruh,
you triggering some issues for me, brother.
Please come home.
You ruined my whole prediction as for the Money in the Bank cash in because your ass.
Yeah, Sam.
But yeah,
I don't think I'm going to see him at SummerSlam. I'm feeling like he's not going to be back.
I mean,
and I don't know what
I
to
think
do.
that's actually the perfect time for him to decide to bring his ass back. He love to come back at SummerSlams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's money.
I mean, like at this point, his ass ain't been here. He was supposed to be back early June. It is now
How much July?
mid-June, damn near late June, and he still ain't there. You might as well just save his ass for SummerSlam. That'll make the third SummerSlam he returned at. If we gonna do it big. But like, I don't know how, but like, whatever.
But even then, he is so far removed from the bloodline story that like, not even he can save whatever the fuck is going on over on SmackDown. It's like, what is he supposed to do there? Like, if they were to reintroduce him back into the bloodline story, he would be the odd man out, which is crazy, being that he's the start of all of it. It just wouldn't make any sense with him there. So like, I just I don't know. Roman's presence.
Sorry.
Yeah, and Jimmy wants no parts. No, you're good. You are good. But
stay his ass away from them folks.
Yeah, Jimmy. I don't know, man. Jimmy deserves
his own episode again at this point.
Another episode for Jimmy.
I mean, I just feel like we started with that. Doing it again on the 1 year anniversary just seems kind of.
Yeah. Let me get my Kishi on real quick.
Oh hell!
No, I'm playing.
Also, too. Also, I had a quick thought because when Crystal was talking about Solo, like just like saying being confident talking about Jacob the way he did to JC, he can only get away with talking about Jacob in that manner to someone who is not actually family. If he was still with Jimmy, he'd be like, "That's not gonna fly." But he can get away with talking about family to someone who's not actually family that you bring in. That's your boy.
All gas, no brains with it.
Well, if you remember, Jay said that he wasn't even supposed to be around Jacob. That their family doesn't fool with that family. You know, like, supposed to be.
And Jacob, why'd you have to go get Jacob?
And if you keep looking at me like that.
Nah. You know they told us to stay away from him. And if he keeps looking at me like that, I'm gonna knock his ass out.
Can y'all tell who Aisha's favorite wrestler is? Drop some predictions in our comments. You know, if you don't know, go ahead and guess. Just guess who's Aisha's favorite wrestler at the moment. You know, I'm sure it's such a hard thing for y'all. I'm sure it'll be so hard. Should I make this a multiple choice test because it's so hard? You know, we could do A for right hand man, B for main event, C for.
There's a reason why we don't talk.
I'm gonna just say Jey Uso because you know what? C for Usi Juicy, and then D for. You got one?
Yeet man.
Fuck no. Fucking hate that.
Even Jay himself has called himself Yeet Man at this point. Yeah. Like, bro,
he's called himself Yeeter of Worlds too. So like, I don't care.
Yeeter of Worlds,
bruh. Finna be King Yeet off in his bed. You feel me?
Because Cody's got to take that pin. I keep telling everyone.
He's gonna have to lay down for that 3, baby. Cody's gonna have to lay down for that 3, and I'm sorry to Sammy. You could throw a tantrum backstage, brother. You're going to have to lay down for that 3, too. It's nothing personal. It's just business.
That might be when Sammy turns.
Okay, no, for sure. That's definitely going to be it.
I do have one final question, really, on my end. I'm sure somebody else has more, but I have one final question in regards to the bloodline. At this point, with everything that we've done, do you want this wrapped up in a bow completely closed, or do you just want this to just fade into the night?
Well, streets are saying that Jay is probably about to go back into the tag team division, And if Jay goes back into the tag team division with Jimmy over on Raw, and Roman shows up with Roman's issues with Seth and B Squared, we could see another OG Bloodline reunion, but over on Raw.
I'm
not interested in that. I'm not fucking interested. I'm sorry. I'm not. Jay goes back to the background. Jimmy goes back to the background again. Fuck no. Behind Roman? Fuck no. Roman's not even interesting enough anymore.
I don't think there's a background.
He's not.
When it comes to Jimmy and Jay anymore. I don't think there's a background type of thing anymore. And I don't think you can put Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in a background. Like, they may not be those two may not be Seth Rollins, but I wouldn't consider them background right now.
I wouldn't either.
But like, what I mean by it is like, Roman stands in front of them. Same
Maybe
way
he
Seth
stands behind them this time.
Shut the fuck up! No, he won't. He won't. You know damn well he's not. That is he got too big of an ego, big of a head.
Personally, I don't want to see the three of them together at all.
I don't either.
If we decide to do the Usos as a tag team at some point, that's a whole different conversation. But
I don't want that either.
The OG Bloodline as a whole, I am not truly interested. However, unfortunately, I do think we have to talk about how that could be a realistic option, considering if Roman is standing by himself toe-to-toe with Seth, they're going to have to, unfortunately, bring two people in. Do I want that to be Jimmy and Jay? No. I don't want to see the three of them reunited on some more, hey, we're here to take over the world, stop the bad guys, because y'all are the bad guys. Because there's too much history for Roman and Seth for them to even bring in any other members. I need that just strictly one-on-one. I don't want nobody else involved.
What if he brings in Lance and Hikuleo?
No.
I don't want anyone involved. I want Seth versus Roman so I can close the book on that story.
My thing is, I don't want Roman near another championship. Not at this moment. And if Seth is planning on winning the World Heavyweight Championship and he's still harassing Jay as if Jay got the damn championship, then that title belongs to Jay.
I don't think Seth's winning the title. I don't see him. I am still on my Seth try to cash in. Roman's going to stop because he's not letting that happen again. I don't see Seth having a title and Roman and Seth feuding over a title because their story doesn't need that. If we add that, it just, to me, takes away from the actual story that they've been trying to tell over the last 12, 13, however many years it's been at this point. I don't think their story needs that title. I think it's perfect to pick that story back up with Roman making Seth fail at the cash in. And for whatever reason, Seth losing his minions, no offense to the Bronze, because that truly does need to be a one-on-one. I don't need Bronson Reed. I don't need Braun Breaker. I don't need Jimmy Uso. I don't need Jay Uso. All I need is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and possibly Paul Heyman. That story doesn't need the other four men because I don't think that story does anything to help those four men.
I agree.
Because then, like Aisha said, they are the background because we're talking about Seth and Roman's problems. We're talking about the chair to the back. We're talking about how Seth created a monster. We're talking about how Roman has never been able to defeat Seth. We're talking about how Seth wearing the shield gear triggered Roman so much that he lost his damn mind in a match and lost because he was, what was it? He wouldn't let go of the hoe. But he was just that triggered. So like, no, I don't want Jimmy and Jay pulled back into anything that has to do with Roman's story. As much as I truly do love the three of them, that trio, I don't need them interacting. Put them on two separate brands. I'm super straight. But I do understand that unfortunately that is a possibility simply because Seth has Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. But before Roman comes back, I need them gone if that's the point. Because I would be quite disappointed because that feels like going backwards instead of moving forward for
that's what I meant by
men.
That's what I meant by in the background, because it's not about Jay and Jimmy and Roman, but more so about Roman and his issues. Like, once again, Jay and Jimmy are getting pulled into Roman's bullshit, right? The same as War Games. Jay lost his fucking title, running, trying to be there for, and got caught up in Roman's bullshit, and Roman and Jimmy's bullshit, and so like it's just like the same situation there. And like, again, I originally thought that Seth was going to possibly fail his cash in, and that was because I did not have Jey Uso losing his title on a Monday Night Raw. That changed everything. So now it feels like Jay it feels like Jay's probably gonna win King of the Ring, fingers crossed. And then I don't know. This Gunther versus Goldberg match that's happening at Saturday Night Main Event, I feel like it's an easy opportunity for Seth Rollins to decide, hey, I'm going to cash in here. It's just this old ass man. He ain't going to do shit. Hit him in his knee one time. Curtains. Like, I can see that happening. And then with the way the storyline is set up with Seth, because, like, again, why the fuck is Seth still on Jay's ass despite Jay not having a title and Gunther having it? He came out after that King of the Ring match ready to whoop Jay's ass, as if Jay still had the title. Jay's in his way for some odd reason. And so something's telling me now that it's probably going to be Jay versus Seth at SummerSlam. Could be. And then if that's the case, it's kind of like the Bloodline story with Cody all over again, right? Because this time Seth has Bronson and Braun. Who's going to help Jay get his title back?
That was such a good match, though, that they did before. Ugh.
Roman will pop up to help him win his title back. Jimmy might pop up to help him win his title back. Sammy might be on some other time, bro. At that, by the time SummerSlam. I hope Sammy's still with us by then, but like, he might be on another time. But I don't know.
I'm with you, but my only problem is that still brings Roman, Jay, and Jimmy back together.
It brings them back to.
Because like, even if like they help Jay get his title back, they're still gonna be beefing with Seth, Bronson, and Braun. And the problem with that for me becomes, then Jay has this title, and while Seth's focused on, like, he wants that title, he also wants to get his get back on Roman. And so, like I said, it still puts the three of them back together. So like that's my only confusion point.
See, but at that point, yeah, my thing is Roman and Seth won't be fighting for a title. Roman does not need another title, which is why I'm like, I would rather the title be on Jay at the time that him, in the event that him, Roman, and Jimmy do get back together, because parallels again, or like timing this time around. Roman needs Jimmy and Jay. Now he has to look at the world heavyweight champion, and it's not him. Someone that has gold. He's fallen. He's behind Jay. Jay is at this point, head of the table. He calls the shots. Especially if Seth ain't paying Roman no fucking mind because he wants that title, but he has no other choice but to pay Roman some mind, because Roman's gonna be in his face until almost said real people. Until the man send him on his way. Honestly. I just don't feel like, if Seth is gonna have the title, I don't want Roman in the mix, because then Roman gets pushed to the front of competing for the championship, and Roman has yet to beat Seth.
I mean, I just don't want Jay or the title involved. Like, I don't think they need a title. Truthfully, I don't want either one of them to be champion. I just want the fight. I just want the bitterness. I just want the drama. I just want the anger. I just want the resentment. So I don't feel like I can like that story can play out the way it needs to if there is a title involved and if each of them have other members involved. Like, it's not really necessary. Like, that's a blood feud that just needs to happen.
But with the title on Jay, there's a story being told with Roman.
I mean, that's so, like, what I don't. That's why I said I don't want Roman Jay and a title in any sort of circle at this moment because I don't want Roman competing for a title.
He wouldn't be competing for it. It'll be more so him having to, like, you know, come to terms with the fact that it's Jay at the top and it's not him because of all the things he said about Jay in the past surrounding a championship. Now you have no other choice.
I get that. I'm just saying, as far as Roman and Seth's story, I don't need the other pieces of the puzzle involved, which is why I was saying, like, Seth can cash in and fail way on down the line. I don't mind Jay getting the title back. I think it's stupid. Mm-hmm. They took it off of him. It's just more so, if we have too many pieces, it just gets really messy. And like, Roman and Jay have to have a final feud at some point anyway where Jay comes out on top, because he has to prove to Roman that he can be exactly what Roman said he couldn't be. That has to happen at some point. Mm-hmm. I just would like for him to officially close the book of, and I mean, I guess maybe it can't happen or after he closes the book on Seth, because then that closes the book on the monster Seth made him. So back at square one for me. I don't know. I don't like how they have moved this all around, because everything that I felt like was on the path to happening is just kind of very much a shade of gray. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm going to just sit back and enjoy the ride. If Seth cashes in and wins, great. If Seth cashes in and fails, y'all know me, I'm going to laugh because I ain't shit. I think I'm just trying to like wrap my head around it, because of course, like, this is my dream feud. Like, this feud probably means more to me than anybody here, and I'm sorry. I just really want to see it play out, but I don't want it involving a title, because Roman doesn't need a title, and Seth thinks he needs a title, but he doesn't. So like, I just don't want championships involved with this, because neither of them need to be in a title story for the rest of this year and halfway through next year.
Valid.
Like, let the other folks have it, bro. Like, y'all have had y'all time at the mountaintop. Like let Braun Breaker get in the ring. Let Bronson Reed get in there. Like, you know,
like, I can see it going. Go ahead, Mix.
Because at some point we need to move away from who we have right now and to make those bigger stars for the top, to be the top guys, because their time is limited anyways. Like, who else is gonna pick the mantle even after Jay, because Jay's time is also close to the end too. So it's like, okay, let's get Braun in the mix, get Bronson in the mix.
You trying to trigger Usher right now?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying a fact, because he said it. He's on like a different path too, so it's fine.
He did in fact say he was probably going to be winding down in the next few years. We're losing all our favorites.
Yeah, okay, so basically yeah, so like, they have to be able to figure out who can be the next big stars who they have at the moment, so that they can be in those positions, because I don't want to be back in this place 10 years late in 10 years, but they're still around in the top seed. I'm like, this at some point y'all gotta sit down.
100%. I like to see Bronson Reed in the World Heavyweight Championship picture. Like, just imagine for a second Gunther getting tsunami. You know,
I would like to see it.
Just imagine Goldberg taking one. Like, you know, I mean, maybe not Goldberg. Maybe not Goldberg. Maybe we should skip Goldberg.
Nah, he can come out and give him one.
But like, you know, he might be frail.
Oh, well, he shouldn't be in the match anyway.
Oh.
He was looking frail last week.
You're mine.
Like, he was out of breath by the time he got to the ring.
Imagine him in 10 years. And I'm sorry, Chris. I have to be the person with Haley. Like, imagine him in 10 years. And Bronson is a heavyweight champion. This man comes out, oh, I want to come back for another retirement match. And it's against Bronson.
Another?
You're getting
flattened right now. I was talking about now.
But even still, you're going to get flattened either way. Whether it's now or down the line, you're getting flattened.
Well, I mean, I just want to see somebody else.
You're next. And then his knee was going the opposite way. Like, I don't even know. His knee literally was, like, bending the opposite way it's supposed to go. Like, I was like, what is going on?
I don't know. I think it would be, interesting if, after Saturday night main event, they just, not fun. Okay. Never mind.
No, you want the chaos just like Aisha. I see you.
I mean, I am a lover of chaos. I do enjoy seeing other people's pain.
Like the authors of pain?
Not quite. It's Ice's face because not quite.
That made no sense. It just came up.
If you get the reference, you get the reference, and if you don't, well, What? What? None? You can say it, but I can't.
No, go ahead. Hey, you got copyright. All rights reserved.
I don't know if I do though. I don't think I get those privileges at this moment.
By association.
I'm just trying to take everybody pain. That's it. Just anyway. That was fun.
I think that. But we gotta go.
Fiend.
Haley. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoy seeing Haley's face for the very last time. You know what? I'm just gonna jump really quick because I know we're gonna do the fetch segment. My fetch is Haley.
Why you say fuck me for?
My fetch is Haley. My fetch is Haley and not having wine at the beginning of the podcast. Thank you.
All right. Who's next? I was just about to do that.
You know what? Can I add to mine's then?
Go ahead. I'll have one here.
Haley and Aisha.
There we go. I knew it was coming.
Whatever.
I know you knew it was coming because I can't say the rest of it on this podcast though. I'll say it when we
Black people.
Why would you say
real
it?
people?
Why would you say it? Why would you?
People.
You know what? Go ahead. Whoever's talking, saying they're fixing it. Go ahead.
My fetch is Goldberg because I'm not pleased with this. No, it's not working for me. He can't even walk to the fucking ring. Like at this point, Shawn Michaels would put on a better match than Goldberg. And you've seen Shawn's knees. Like Shawn Michaels is one of the best to ever do it. He is.
Falling clean off the bone.
Like you see him walk to the ring, he's got a better shot than Goldberg does in that ring. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like ribs in a crock pot. When you pick up a rib and it just fall off. Yeah.
Because Jay should have never lost that title, and I feel like it fucked up so many storylines because they had him drop it, and he doesn't even necessarily need to be in the King of the Ring tournament because he should already have the title. But moving on.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, to be honest, I'm gonna say this. This is my fetch. Legends. Hall of Famers, WWE Hall of Famers, legends.
As a whole or specific ones?
I'm gonna say as a whole.
Okay. But not Bret Hart.
I think no disrespect. Yeah, can let me get it off, Haley. Let me get my words off. Let me blab. The reason why I say this is because The WWE feels like they need to still heavily rely on the presence of WWE legends and Hall of Famers to fulfill stories when their entire roster in today's time is stacked. The fact that Goldberg was able to come back and say, I want to face someone for that World Heavyweight Championship, and it be Gunther, and then take the title off of Jay, who had all the momentum in the world, and now everything doesn't make any fucking sense, pisses me off. Now, Evolution. Evolution is coming up. Word on the street, Trish Stratus is planning on making her well long awaited return to the squared circle. We just seen you. We just seen you. Girl, we just seen you. It was just Trishy and Tiffy time. I promise you. We didn't miss you. We didn't.
Aisha,
we didn't.
She's not like go judge candidates.
Every fucking time they need some women's legends to pop up, they be like, let's call Trish Stratus. That she'll definitely do it. And then like everyone goes wild every single time, bro. Let me see Victoria. What about Jacqueline? Right, like bring back Ariane. Like Caitlyn. Like, can we bring back someone else? Hell, I would be okay with seeing Lita again. Beth Phoenix, like, yes. Bring back.
I actually miss Beth popping up.
Layla, Michelle McCool. Michelle's right there. Like, you didn't even have Michelle pop up at all at any point during her Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame announcement when she got inaugurated when she got inducted last year, bruh.
You got that,
bruh. Hey, one of them I words, one of them. But like, still, I don't like for example, and no offense to Nikki, she wasn't needed. She's not needed. We have plenty of women. We do. But I get why she wanted to come back. I get it. But still. They really want to try to include the legends in a lot of stuff, and I feel like all they do is I just feel like they hold everything back, or they change things up to work with those legends. And I guess that's the same thing with part-timers, because like we now have this big problem in Roman Reigns. Like, how the fuck you start stories and then disappear for 2 to 3 months at a time? You show up for 2 weeks and then that's fucking it. And now when you come back, it's not gonna make any fucking sense as to why you're there. Because the story done been wrapped up 3 times. They done did a lap. They done did multiple laps, actually. And then you just come back to emote on everybody? You come back to smolder in our faces? And then get taken out again and be gone again for another 2 months? You're not dead ass. You are actually, and that's unfortunate. But you're not dead ass. That's my fetches. Those are my 2 fetches. And there might be some people that's gonna boo me. That might be my first trash take. Might be, and that's fine. But it's just the fact is that like pandering to the legends these days, like nostalgia acts, isn't necessary. It's not necessary. We don't need nostalgia acts no more. We don't. Unless it's AJ Lee. But she don't want to come back. So when you really think about it, we don't need anybody.
We don't need them. We good. We got right now.
Bruh, we good. The women's division is fucking stacked. Fucking stacked. The WWE's entire roster is the biggest and strongest it's been ever. And they're still signing people to this fucking day with no idea of where to put them. And then you put a legend in the mix. Now you got a legend in the mix. Now they throwing everything off. Now everybody's confused. Because the story that was happening ain't even happening anymore. Because a legend done popped up. And he's 78 and he wants his last title. Brother's 93 years old coming down to the ring and he wants his last title. I saw that man backfire. Like the muffler said, "Bow!" as he was on his way through, and that wasn't the fireworks. That's just what he does. Everyone thought those were fireworks. That's him backfiring. The motor misfired. He just does that now. That's how I feel, bro. Those are my fetches, bro. But for chaos purposes, I hope Goldberg wins. I do. Just because I want to see how mad everybody get. That's all. Will I be mad if Goldberg loses? No, not at all, because I expect that. But in some sick world, Triple H is out there like, hey, Gunther, you're gonna lay down for the 3. It's gonna be great. You're gonna take this pin for Goldberg. But it's okay. We're gonna have Seth come out there and cash in, and he won't have the title for long. We just want to. He's retiring, and this was his last wish. He just wants to hold that title. Like that's a thing. You not understand how stupid that sounds.
I ripped Roman's head off while you were talking by accident.
No, that was on purpose. You just don't know it yet.
That was why did you behead him?
I didn't. That's why I was laughing. I put him in my shirt while she was talking like this so he could be a part of the conversation, and I went to pull him out and his head came off.
I hope you know that's now a 6-month hiatus for him.
It's a Golden Glove one too, see?
All right. Man.
But I do have my fetches. Okay. The first one, I am so mad that they took away Jordan Grace's sirens in her theme song. Like they gave her, they def rebelled Jordan Grace.
Def Rebel strikes again, bruh.
Cause like that's the one thing that made like that gives me up. Not only to seeing her come out in her entrance, but like them sirens, I know that's her that's coming up. But they switched it. And
wasn't she supposed to go to SmackDown?
She's okay. Eventually, she's not supposed to go there yet because she really is in a fatal 4-way. That's down the line. No, you're good. It's down the line because like she's still in NXT because she's about to be in a fatal 4-way when this comes out. Oh, yeah. It'll be like yesterday. But Jordan's theme getting, I'm so annoyed. I'm like, but if she likes it, cool, it'll grow me. But I just wanted my sirens. That's all I want is the sirens back because whatever this. If you go listen to that theme song, it's like similar vibe, but it don't hit the same. It may have to grow me, but I just want my sirens back.
You can still hear it from Braun Breaker, right? Don't he got sirens?
He does, and that's why I don't like. I mean, sirens can be for everybody. No one person can have sirens. Everyone can have sirens in their theme song. Okay. Because someone's also tweeted like today, like, oh, like, well, I think they were using it only for like Braun. I'm like, why can't more people have sirens in the theme? Like, Braun is not the only person who can have a sirens in the theme song. And that's just my little gripe about that. But my second, because we were talking about factions, they're the faction down in Evolve that is getting on my last nerve. And I get what they're doing, and I enjoy it. It's funny, but the Vanity Project is my fetch because it includes Jackson Drake, Ricky Smokes, Brad Taylor, and Zeta Steel. Jackson Drake became the men's Evolve champion 2 weeks ago, and they had a gauntlet match for Shawn Legacy, who was trying to be able to get the championship. Oh, I'm not forgetting Bryce Donovan too, because Bryce Donovan was the last person in his gauntlet match because Shawn was like, "Oh, that's not the champion, but that's one of them. That's Brad."
Ew.
But the gauntlet match was Shawn Legacy trying to get through the guys of the Vanity Project so that he can be able to be the number 1 contender for Jackson Drake's championship. He did so well until one of them messed up his leg, and then he got through 2 of them, got to the last person, and and Bryce Donovan. Right when Sean got up a little bit, but Bryce Donovan just like kicks him and pins him. And I don't like it. I want more people to go from without having to like deal with the breakers of the other three. And I like what they're doing. They're fun. They're really funny. They're entertaining. But having to go through a whole faction to get to the one guy in one night is sick work. So that's my fetch.
I was going to say, I only watched a couple episodes of Evolve. It was kind of hard for me to keep up with. And I didn't understand why Mr. Stone was on there.
He's a commentator. He's on commentary.
Oh. I thought he wrestled. That's why I was like...
No, him and Peter Rosenberg are on commentary. Oh, I should have said Robert Stone is a fetch. Actually, because I've had there's not a one-sided beef. It's just he's been annoying me on TNA, and I'm so glad that Santino Marella beat him to have his position back.
John Cena. You son of my gun.
And Rob Stone lost, but I'm so glad that Sheriff Stone finally relinquished his badge. But because TNA just had passed their 23rd anniversary, he posted a photo of himself, and I literally looked like Pauly D. And that's part
Cabs
of
here.
And that's why he's my fetch, because like you're being a menace, and you had to post that photo, and I had to like clock you, because why are you looking like Pauly D? So that's it. That's all my fetches.
Sorry, I'm in Jersey. I had to.
We see. Any additional fetches that anyone has thought about? Haley, you said Goldberg, didn't you? Oh, you was looking at me because of the Pauly D thing.
Yes, cabs are here.
They're not here. They're not coming. Christina's gone. But yeah, this is chaotic. Y'all have issues. Aisha has checked out.
My face is burning.
Huh?
My face feels hot.
I think this is a good point to wrap up tonight.
Well, you guys, we do thank y'all. Shut the fuck up!
Did everyone give their fetch?
Did you?
Me? Yes, Goldberg. Did Clarissa?
Yes. We all said our fetches. You were just ad-libbing the entire time.
You were my fetch, remember?
Duh, I was the first. My bad. That's why I forgot. It slipped my mind.
Let's wrap up. Y'all see what we got to deal with? All right. Aisha.
Jesus. Well, you guys, we do want to thank y'all so much for joining us for another episode of the Femme Slam Podcast. We will be back again, of course.
Maybe.
We're always back. Maybe. This is a faction that's... Should
we have included ourselves on this episode?
You know, we are a faction.
We are a faction.
But anywho, we do appreciate you guys for listening to us every single week, whether it's the B-Side show or here on the Femme Slam Pod, the main show. We do have a lot of really cool things coming up. Fingers crossed, it's gonna be a Femme Slam summer, a Femline summer, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Anywho, find us over on the Femme Slam Pod on Twitter or X. Find us at the Femme Slam on YouTube, of course. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, because we will eventually start posting more content outside of our podcast there. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe.
Okay.
Also find us over on Instagram at the Femme Slam Pod as well, where we post our reels. Short form content pops up over there sporadically, along with images and pictures of certain things. And we also tend to break news. If you haven't paid attention to like Fightful or PW Insider, like if you don't follow any of those WWE wrestling related journalists, we tend to break news over there. So definitely lock in with us, be our friends, join the family. We get on live every Sunday, Monday, and Friday. and sometimes after PLEs on Saturday nights, depending on how late. Yeah, I think that's it. And we do have bedtimes. It is a Thursday that we're recording this on, which means that Mama has to go to work tomorrow. But yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Make sure y'all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Happy Femme Slam Wednesday, by the way. And be safe, drink water, tell your folks you love them, and that's by orders of the Femme Line. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.